I meant it when I said that humanity could be just one conversation from paradise. That conversation begins with a talk that you have with yourself. It involves you questioning the prior assumption, every assumption you may have had about yourself, about our world, and about life itself. It could then involve you having a similar conversation with others. This is what the conversations movement is all about. Now, when I explain this to my audiences, someone invariably gets up and says, I love this idea of working with my own soul to personally evolve, but how does talking about all of this with others accomplish that? The work of your soul is not limited to the self. The work of the soul is also to care for the souls of others. It is to care for all souls. For your soul realizes that there is only one soul, individualized in countless forms. Thus, caring for all souls is caring for ourselves. Working with all souls is working with one's own soul. That is why the impulse to help each other is built into our genes. It is coded within our species. We care for each other, and we do what we can to show it. We have a soul contract to do so. I'm convinced of it. We all, each of us, feel this impulse. One way, one very easy way, that we can show that we care for each other is to enter with others into the same vivid and vital conversation we enter into with ourselves. In other words, do our soul-searching together. Because the process of soul-searching can be a lonely experience, yet it need not be. When a person enters into soul-searching, that person can change. And when a group enters into soul-searching, that group can change. And when a whole society enters into soul-searching together, that entire society can change. Soon the collective culture of many societies changes. Then the world entire. It all starts with you, deeply questioning yourself, and then carrying the questions to others. The choice is yours. And so that's what I'm describing here when I refer to the work you do with your own soul. It's one form of soul work. It's obviously not the only form, but it can be a powerful form. It's a form so powerful that it can transform a person, a group, a society, a culture, and a world. You're not required to do any of this work, of course, nor are you required to do it in a particular way. You can do this work with your individual soul, or you can do it with your individual soul and with the collective souls of others. The choice is yours. How do you work with your soul? Other people ask me. How can I even connect with my soul to do this soul-searching? Well, those are fair questions. No one teaches this stuff in high school. Very little is written about it, and churches don't even get into it very deeply. But we are going to here. I will share with you in this conversation all that I know about how to connect with your soul daily in a wonderful way that brings you right into the soul's experience and allows you to access the soul's wisdom. So stick around for that. It's a 3-step process that has changed people's lives. Now, often somebody in my audience will stand up and say, "Hey, can I ask you what may seem like an insolent question?" Of course, ask me anything, I always say. What's the basis, they ask, of all of this for you? You keep talking about 7 simple questions. Who made them up? Where did they come from? What makes them so magical for you? And for that matter, where is all this stuff about an overhaul and the need for a new cultural story coming from? The basis of all that's here. That isn't insolent at all. I should think you'd want to know about that. So, thanks for letting me explain. Just over a decade and a half ago, I had an experience in which I was inspired by the divine. I wrote a book about it called Conversations with God. That book created a global spiritual publishing phenomenon, selling over 1 million copies, being translated into 35 languages, and remaining on the New York Times bestseller list for 137 weeks. During the time since then, 8 other books in this ongoing dialogue have been released, 6 of those also making the Times bestseller list. I'm not telling you this to boast. I'm telling you